What's up, everybody? This is Apollo Trades. I just wanted to get on here and talk about what's been going on in my life this past week, 2 weeks, how I've been doing on my evals and a bunch of other stuff. And this video is going to be completely raw. It's going to be off the top of my head, just like all my other videos right now. I mean, man, where do I even start? This past week, today is September 28th. This past week, I went through 2 cycles of evals, and that's 5 apiece. So that's 700 and some change on evals, right? And then I just went ahead and got some more for this week, right? And I'll go into why I'm a lot more confident now than I was last week, but man, it's a journey, to say the least. And that's the main reason I'm making these YouTube videos, is so that I can look back on them with a lot of happiness, lots of smiles, and be thankful for everything God's put me through. It's a weird way to look at things. And I think that me doing just that very thing is what's going to separate me from the pack. And when I say that, I mean, I plan on getting a payout in October. That's it. Just a payout. Ain't got to be anything crazy. It's just a payout. And a lot of people can go on here and say, well, of course you can say that, right? Because then if it doesn't happen, then, you don't have to own up to it. You just say, oh, well, I'll work up to it. No, I am going to get one in October. I have felt a fire in my soul this past week after losing evals and going through my entry model and looking at what I could have done better. There's no way I'm going to lose. I do not care what you put in front of me. I don't care if you think it's an immovable obstacle. I am going to make my way through that. And I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what type of any hate I get. I don't care if I look crazy, because now I've spent 1,000 on evals in just 2 weeks. I don't care. Because for me, at this point, it isn't even about the money. It isn't. And you may hear that and kind of question and be like, well, but that's the whole reason you're doing this, is to make money. I guess you could say that, but at this point, I just want to prove it to myself that I can do this. I have spent so much energy, time, money, attention to detail. I've burned the bridges. I'm not going back. This is my do or die. My back is against the wall right now. It has lit a fire under me that I have not felt in years. Years. And the last time I felt like that was the only time in my life things ever changed. Ever. And that's why I'm going to come on here today and say that the obstacle itself is the reward. It's not the outcome. It's not the journey. It's what type of person this obstacle makes you and how you come out on the other side of it. That's the reward. And the only reason I feel like that is because I know from a physical standpoint, money is not going to change me. It is a piece of paper. It has no meaning. At the end of the day, if things were to collapse, dude, nobody's going to care about $1. Not a single soul. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, it it's going to get to a certain point where money's not going to be the goal anymore. You're making money. Money doesn't make you. You're making money. And I mean, sure, right? If you're homeless, I would want to be making money, right? That'd be the whole entire goal. But at this point, dude, it isn't even about money. I feel like the position I'm in right now is a test of my faith. I feel like the cards that are being laid down on the table for me to play right now are something so poetic, and it almost feels like I'm in a movie. And I know that's going to sound wild to some people, but I'm being so serious when I say this. It seems like everything is just adding up exactly how I want it to. Exactly. It seems like every point in my life when things start to go on a downturn and I feel like I'm at rock bottom, it just can't. You're at bedrock. Where are you going to go? Like, be honest with yourself. When you spend money on evals, the only thing you can possibly lose is the money. That's it. Now, I'm not saying go ahead and blow all your money on evals. I'm just saying that people try to over dramatize and put so much emotion into prop firm trading accounts and all sorts of stuff. And honestly, dude, at this point, many people would ask me and be like, did you not get mad when you lost that second cycle of fundeds? Or evals? Did you not get aggravated for the rest of the day? Did you not feel worse the entire day? And my honest answer is no. No, I didn't. Matter of fact, when I blew that last set of cycles, I started them the week before, took 3 trades, blew it, and then started my second cycle last week and blew them just 2 trades. That's it. And I honestly smiled. I'm not gonna lie. I smiled at my computer screen and I said, okay. So this is a lesson. And in my mind, God has to teach you these lessons and put you to be forged through the fire before you can come out the other end and say, man, this was such a blessing. I'm so thankful for this payout. I'm so thankful for X amount a month I'm making. That's just how it is. If there was no trials, challenges, tribulations, and the things that you're given in life, everybody would be doing it. Right? If I could wake up tomorrow and no matter what button I hit, buy or sell, I was able to make money, why would everybody not do it? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it makes me smile knowing that the more I go into this, the more I'm not only going to become less emotionally attached to the result, but I know that less and less people are going to follow what I'm doing. Because they're not made for it. And I'm not about to say that I am in any way better than them. I'm not about to say nothing. Prideful, I am not doing that. I am trying to not be a prideful person. I am done with that life. When I gave my life to Christ, I let go of that. All I'm saying is that there should be a part of you that smiles knowing that the harder it gets, the more satisfying it's going to be when you come out on the other side of this. And I don't care, stay with me. This isn't just about trading. This is about any single thing that is going on in your life that you are able to get in there, put some effort in, maybe get some setbacks, Dude, this world is for the taking for people that just cannot accept no for an answer. It just is. I'm not gonna lie, man. When I was doing this in January, before I took my break, if this would have happened to me, I would have dropped all trading. I never would have came back. I'm being honest. I'm all in all 8 months into this. And if this would have happened to me in January, like when I first started really getting into futures, actually trying to put some effort in, I don't know if I would have been able to handle it. And when I think about just that idea, I can tell that I'm growing. And it's just going to get where a certain point it's playing out in your favor. Statistics and probability is ruling out your edge, right? It just comes to a point where there's no emotion attached to it. There's just not. You know that as long as you execute and you do exactly what you're supposed to do every single day, God will take care of the rest, man. So I wanted to make this video not only to journal my journey, but I also wanted to make this video for anybody that's feeling a little bit stuck after the past couple weeks of price action in September. Whether it was good for you or whether it was bad, man, just understand that regardless of whatever happened, it's either a lesson or a blessing. And if you're on the lesson side of that, like I was this past couple of weeks, I could not be more thankful that these things are being given to me and I'm able to acknowledge them and become a better trader and a better person. That will just make the other side of this so much more sweeter and satisfying, and moments and times that you prayed for it over and over and over, it'll just make it that much more beautiful, man. So this isn't just about trading, right? Whatever you're doing, I'm not only just saying don't give up. I'm saying that at a certain point, man, you just got to put up more shots. You just got to give more effort. You got to understand that you got to roll with the punches. And at the end of the day, whatever the result is through that, the obstacle itself is the reward. If there was no obstacle there, man, everybody would be doing it. Everybody. I can't tell you how many people I've known from my personal life that want to start this and then they get a month or two in and they quit. Because their minds are so fixated on the outcome of the inputs they're putting in that they don't even stop to think to realize that it wasn't about money in the first place. Even if you're still thinking about the result, it's not money. It's time. It's freedom. It's having the power to wake up in the morning and still make money and only work 30 minutes. There's so much things beyond just the scope of money that I think people take for granted. And once again, I think people take for granted the obstacle. I don't think people sit and realize that regardless of whatever's in front of them, they would not be the man or woman they are today if that very big elephant in the room was sitting there in front of them and they had to find a way through it. They just wouldn't. They wouldn't be the same person. So I will continue being consistent in my life, doing everything I need to do, put myself in the position to win. And I'm calling it here. I am going to get a payout in October. And I'm going to be honest, at this point, I don't care what it takes. I will be successful. I don't care. If I got to dig deep, if I got to keep going, if I mess up something here or there and I got to figure it out again, I will start back from square one. If you want it bad enough, you would have it. Understand that. That's all I had for y'all today. I hope y'all have a good one. And I'll check y'all out later. Peace.